What's up, everybody? Y'all ready? Y'all ready for this? Me and Munchkin are. We're strapped in, ready to roll. Pro America. Yeah, the Munch. Yeah. All right, everybody. We're here. We're ready. It's about to be unhinged. So, I figured I'd dress for the occasion. Full bore, full stop. Get everything set up here. Yeah, I got this hat in Florida when I was at a gas station when I was headed to the Anti-Hero podcast. Yeah, guys. Welcome. All right, let me go tell the other channel to get over here. Stand by. Huh? Clean my glasses off. Oh. I'm getting critiqued by my wife. There we go. All right, how's everybody doing tonight? You guys ready for this? I imagine this is going to be super unhinged in classic Donald Trump fashion. All right, let me tell everybody at this one to head over. All right. Get this one shut down. And we're good. All right. Let's get some audio checks. Make sure we're good here. We're going to check this.
That began last year. The media and our friends, he says, in the Democratic Party keep saying we needed.
All right, guys, let me know if the audio on both me and the channel are good, if they need to go up, down.
I don't know if this is breaking news, but it is sartorial news.
We'll get everything set up.
It has been conveyed to me that Elon Musk is in attendance. We knew that.
Loud and clear.
But he's in a suit and tie.
Audio, both are good.
Nancy, you want to break that down? No.
I'm going to pause this for now.
I'd love to. I'll take any and all.
As much as I'd like to listen to CBS, it's pretty rough over there already. All right, good. How's everybody doing tonight? You guys are ready for this? Nice hat. Thank you. I got it in Florida at a gas station on my way to the Anti-Hero podcast, guys. Which that episode should be out probably in the next couple of days, I bet. We all ready? All right, we're not gonna listen to the start of this on CBS. Oh, sunglasses also from the gas station, guys. Gas station. About $9 for the sunglasses, $24 for the hat. I'm a gas station sunglasses guy because I break them nonstop. Did we flame TK on the Anti-Hero? Yes, and Crenshaw. It was pretty unhinged. The episode's fairly unhinged. I was a little bit out of control. You guys know how I can be. A little bit tipsy, but I wanted it to be enjoyable. It's a good episode, though. We did keep it pretty professional. Or at least Brent and Tyler did. I was a little unhinged. But you guys have come to expect that from me at this point. Actually, that's A7020. That's exactly what we went in there for. And yeah, Glad everybody could come out for this. Somebody in my comment section of a video today was like, you should live stream this. And so here we are, Epic Night watching from Australia. What's up? My brother from down under. Good to see you. Sergeant Will, what's up, buddy? Got that Boogaloo hat on? Oh, yeah. We're ready. I'm still in Florida mode, guys, even though, it's like 40-something degrees here back in Oregon. I know. I was just there. All right. We're still just going to stand by, just do some chatting. I'll make sure.
Showing huge support
Let's
for
see,
Elon
we got
Musk and what
Elon
he's
over here
doing.
right now.
They don't want to get on the wrong side of that. Interestingly, when it comes to something
There
like,
is the
there he is,
aforementioned
arms
Elon
folded,
Musk.
blue tie.
And people
not
are
red
really
tie for
not
him.
happy with Elon, huh?
When
On
it
the
comes
left.
to tariffs, interestingly, Republicans have been more willing to
Quay
break
Pro Jr.,
with
what's up?
President Trump
See you, brother.
and say that they're not sure
Watching
that
from
this is a good idea. In fact,
Sinaloa?
John
Okay.
Thune, the Republican
All right.
leader in the Senate, was
Sonoma, by
asked
the
today
way.
whether he thinks it's good policy, and he essentially said,
A lot of people get
well,
upset in the
it's
comment
a
section
policy
about the way I
that
say
he is
Sonoma
pursuing,
and Jalisco
damning with
cartels,
faint
but
praise. And so
I'm American and I
I'll
speak
be watching
American.
to
I don't
see
speak
how
Mexican.
Republicans react,
So I'm not
when he
going to pronounce
talks
the words
about
right
not only
on
DOGE,
purpose.
but tariffs as well.
That's the way we roll around here.
And Ed, the imperative that the president has
The Sinaloa
invested Elon
cartel
Musk
and the
with
Jalisco
is dramatically
cartels, guys.
reduce the size of the
Say it
federal
right.
workforce and reimagine how it actually functions.
Yeah.
And it has been said to me, and there's plenty of reporting on this,
All right.
that artificial intelligence in
Still not
Elon
much going
Musk's
on over there.
mind will
Gringo ass pronunciation. Yeah, I'm a straight up gringo, brother. Look at me. This is as gringo as it gets. What's happening from Canada? Ooh, snow Mexicans up north tuning in. Good to see you, brother. Yeah, jalapeno. That's how we say the jalapeno chips. TRT plug again. I'll put it in right now. Boom. Valhalla VFT, 30% off. Most affordable TRT on the market. Green Beret owned company. You can't beat it, guys. What kind of Viking beard is this? That's not big enough right now. But we could probably grow it out for, I mean, it'll grow as big as I want it to grow. Do you have to inject yourself? I mean, you don't have to, but I mean, I do. It's easy. It's not hard. YouTube tutorial. Did I go on the Anti-Hero podcast? Yep, we just filmed the episode on Saturday. Need the Munchkin shirt? The Cat Daddy shirt? The whole feud in the Oval Office is exactly what Eastern European politics are all about. Yeah, we're getting close to like fist fights here in the Oval Office, like they do in Japan. Have you guys seen that when in the Japanese Congress when they start actually like fist fighting each other? All right, take this off. This is too hot, guys. Too hot. Is that really a cat? Yeah, there's a Munchkin cat, bro. Didn't you see me holding Munchkin earlier? Holding Munchkin. All right, how we doing over here? What do we got going
president
on?
has directed him to accomplish.
Ooh, there we go.
It's unusual, but it's also,
We're getting set up.
as President Trump has long functioned. We just saw his family there, Donald Trump Jr.,
Full family going to be there tonight.
and we saw Eric Trump. He has run a family organization.
We should have,
founded by his
we should have
father,
got some,
Fred
like-
Trump, for decades. His family's still
Should have got a
intimately
drinking
involved in
game
the
going for
business.
this.
And it's
Different
always been an
things
orbit
that
of
Trump would
family
say.
and confidants.
Does it feel to
I don't
you
think
like
we're gonna
Elon
have
is
any,
almost
like,
becoming
China.
part of that family?
We're definitely
President
gonna.
Trump has often told people privately
We're probably
he
gonna get a
doesn't
new
trust
nickname for Zelensky. I bet.
most anyone
We'll have to wait and
Outside
see
of
what
his
that's
family.
going to be.
outside of his family. And Elon Musk is someone who
Who's
is a
that woman?
disruptor.
I don't know who that
and
is.
we have seen throughout his political career and his business career, he likes
Yeah,
bringing in
bingo card.
disruptors who are useful
We should have done
to his
bingo
own
cards
project.
tonight, guys.
Doesn't mean they have a long.
Do I like Trump?
Place,
You know, I mean,
but
I'm
it
sort of down
means
the middle
something.
on Trump. I'm not like a huge pro-Trumper,
so
but I'm
what's
very,
going on
very
right now, Speaker of
conservative.
the House Mike Johnson, you see J.D.
I like
Vance
a lot of
next to him
stuff
in the
that
seat
Trump's
reserved
doing,
for
though.
the vice president, is
So,
assigning
but I'm not like a
a
diehard Trump fan.
ceremonial duty to an escort committee made up of lots of members of the Senate and the House to go
You
get the
don't have enough
president
liquor for
and
a
to
drinking game,
ceremonially
I know.
escort him to the House
Ooh,
chamber.
announce
That's
us
what's
leaving
going on
NATO.
now.
That's a good
We
one.
heard as
I
much
think
as
there's
we
some
need to hear
potential
of
in
that.
that.
Ed O'Keefe, this idea
Big,
of
beautiful,
potential political blowback. I've talked to several Republicans who
All right,
are,
we're still
one,
waiting.
excited.
Still waiting. Ukraine video, guys. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you about Ukraine. So I've put out probably 4 or 5 different Ukraine videos over the last couple months. Hold on. There we go. And every time I do, if you don't like super hardcore simp for Ukraine on YouTube, they will limit your videos, demonetize your videos, hammer your videos into the ground, and they will do nothing. Red Wings video, yeah, I actually have it. I'm starting to work on the Red Wings video. I actually have part of it done. I know you guys ask me that every time, but yeah, we're actually making headway on that one. What else? What else? Hot in here. Get the AC on. It's hot. How much did I weigh when I got to Sopsey? Oh, good question. Probably at the Sopsey, probably like 190 pounds at my height. And I'm about 230, 235 now. So I was much, much thinner, obviously. In Q course, I was around 205 pounds the entire time. How high does your TRT need to be to get on it? Yeah, low. Anything below 500, you should be on TRT. Anything above that, kind of, I think like 800 and above is best. My best 12-mile ruck, 2 hours, 13 minutes. And then my best 2-mile run on a PT test was 11 minutes, 58 seconds. Those were both very, very early in the Q course or at selection before I put on more weight. Heard that Trump's going to pull out a NATO tonight. I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. I don't know, guys. I don't know. As a Green Beret, did I ever think I see a president who put Russia first? What president? I don't know. I haven't seen one yet. So you have to explain that to me. Biden was the closest thing we had to, you know, pro-communist. So, but Russia's not communist, so that doesn't really work. Iron sights for red dot. I red dot at all times, no matter what, right? If I need to save my own life, or I need to take a well-aimed shot to stop an active shooter, I'm going to have every advantage I can get. Me personally. All right, what are we at? We going yet?
A lapel to me. They look colorful and attractive. Can't make them out from here.
Contents to be divulged later.
Not yet.
Scott McFarlane in the House chamber. Thank you very much. Robert Costa, Nancy Cordes, Ed O'Keefe with me here at the desk. It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much. We're just a few moments away from 9 p.m. on the East Coast when President Trump is expected to enter the House chamber.
All right, if anybody's watching it outside of mine, let me know. If anything spicy happens. We don't have to look at Nancy all night. I know. Nancy and Kamala back there. Ooh, chat's moving fast. You've obviously worked with 18 Deltas. Yeah, I mean, obviously, that's a normal part of the team. Have I worked with any Navy SARCs or SOIDCs? Not really, man. The thing about in SF, we really, I mean, even like PJs, we really don't have anybody attached to us medically usually because we have, not only do we have 18 Deltas, but most guys on the team, like myself included, are extremely high level trained in medicine. So kind of don't really need to work with them very often. How much per month for TRT with 30% off? I think it's around $150 a month, which is actually very good. Most places are in between like $200 to $350. And again, it's Green Beret Cone Company, super good company. Yeah, decent price for TRT. Yeah, for sure. It's a good deal. And guys, so you know, pretty much all TRT comes from the same US pharmacy, regardless of what company you get it from. It's all being sourced from the same place. 31 years old, my level was like low 300s. Get your shit fixed immediately and it'll change your entire life. That's how low mine was, man. And yeah, that's way too low. We'll try cover TRT. Depends. You can go through the VA for it. It's a huge pain in the ass. You have to be like under 300, which is insanely low. Most guys just don't want to deal with the pain in the ass that it is to do, right? So. All right, we should be getting close.
Investigators for years.
Not yet.
There's some questions that have to be asked and need to be answered.
Not yet. Not yet. Is 550 considered average? I mean, 550 is low on the low end. the low end of average. You want to be closer to like 700 maybe to be average. 700-800. Your testosterone is 204. Yeah, please get your shit fixed, bro. TRT isn't trenbolone. No, but you can take them together. You shouldn't, though. Trend's not good for you. Not good for you. RIP 315. Yeah, you're way too low, bro. That's super, super low. Like unhealthy low. Here's the link again. Code Valhalla VFT 30% off. You're broke as hell. How do you measure your test levels? Go to the website. You get blood work done through the process. It's like $99 to do your entire blood work, which is a pretty good deal. Tired as fuck all day long? Yeah, your test is probably low, homie. PED use in special operations? Depends what you mean. You mean, is TRT PED use? I don't think it is. Technically it is, I guess. If you want to say that, then extremely prevalent. But like other shit, nobody's taking Tren, nobody's taking in like Masteron and all these things because they kill your cardio. And we got to have insanely high cardio. Will TRT pop on a drug test? No. Nope. I was on that shit for a long time. Dozens of Army drug tests. Good to go. They test for drugs, guys. Like they're not testing. You have to get blood work done up to test your TRT. The Army is not, it's doing piss tests for drugs, meth, pot, all those things. You're not getting tested for steroids, and they have to have a reason to test you for steroids. Unless they catch you with the bottle of steroids, you're never going to get tested for that. Nancy Pelosi's going to be hammered. Yeah, probably.
Good evening. I'm Maurice Dubois.
Right.
I'm John Dickerson. President Trump is about to speak to Congress and an audience of millions watching at home.
It is his first address to a joint session of the House and Senate since he began his second term in January. And a busy start it's been. He's only been in office 6 weeks now, and it's set in motion actions that aim to overturn decades of domestic.
Yeah, he's not wrong. It's been, guys, it's been a crazy 6 weeks, policy-wise. Crazy. Coke you'll get tested for? Hell yeah, you'll get tested for that. They'll test for like every recreational drug you're getting tested for. All right, you get tested nonstop. Even in special forces, we get drug tested all the time. AR, AK, for me, AR, because that's what I've used forever. Politicians are doinks. I mean, yeah, I guess. PPC 157. I haven't tried it myself. I'm going to start though, because I've got a bunch of buddies that are on it. That have basically rebuilt their body. So, yeah, that's like my next go-to to help. So, I mean, I got a lot of injuries I'm still dealing with. So, an entire year's worth of news cycle in 6 weeks. Yeah, it definitely has. Ooh, we got a poll. Putin or Zelensky? Who's better in the chat? We'll see what chat has to say. I'm going to bet my chat doesn't go with Zelensky. Yeah, there it is. Here come the Putins. Putin. Yep. Yep, Putin. My chat's as big of big of trolls as I am. Yeah, 100% Putin. You guys are going to piss off all the Democrats that are in the chat, guys. There we go. Why so much love for Putin in the soft community? It's not love for Putin, man. It's just that we're not morons, and we know laundering $250 billion to Ukraine isn't a good thing. And we're not laundering that money to Putin. So, ooh, a Netanyahu slips in there. That's the ultra troll right there. All right, we're flying. Okay, let's see if we got anything going on here yet, guys.
Congress controls those purse strings, and you'll hear him ask about that when it comes to funding his
we
priorities
are
at the
past
border.
time. It looks like who's coming in? Is that Melania? All right, Melania's coming in. We're getting ready.
The Congress is hard to work with there. We see the First Lady entering.
You think Melania's cringe? What's wrong with you, dude?
First Lady Melania Trump, who was just on the Hill.
And right next to her was Steve Witkoff, a dear friend of the president's who's now taken on a large role in this administration as Mideast envoy.
Pineapple on my pizza? I love pineapple. It's my favorite fruit. I have it on pepperoni
he's
pizza
saying,
every
judge
time I
me
get
in
it.
a little while on the economy, but he's moving quickly on issues like Ukraine.
Aaron Love says, what's up? All right, hey guys, hold on. I got an idea.
It'll be interesting tonight to see which things he says. Well, it'll take me a while. Other things he's moving quickly. What's the latest on the set two between him and the president of Ukraine?
Well, that's going to be watched very closely tonight by our adversaries like China, who want to know how much maneuvering room they have, given the room given to Vladimir Putin, but also by the allies and partners. Ukraine's ambassador, just to give you a physical manifestation of this, John, is not up there with the First Lady as she was in the years past. She is down with the rest of the diplomatic corps. She is present. We know.
We only got a second, and then we got to jump over there. Oh, no, he's got a backup live going too.
HHS
here he is.
dealing with the measles outbreak.
Here you go.
You know, Dana,
I bet you didn't think you were coming here for Grover Cleveland facts. But
everybody say what's up to Aaron. You're not subscribed to the War Room podcast.
Like laundry lists or shopping lists that you want, a president wants from Congress.
Shuffling in, and we got Pocahontas right there that's making me gross. Adam Schiff. Hegseth looking good. This guy just looks like a movie star.
Quicker as far as getting the speech together.
Hey, what's up, Byron? Oh, is it Brian? It is Brian. You spell it just like my brother too. What's up, dude? What's up, Brian?
Something in the speech.
Welcome everybody here.
Then they can go out and market it and sell it. Now, this is a huge audience for the president tonight. One of the things
everybody
that might
bomb
be a
Aaron
little
Love
different from day to day is that it's not
Get
just
him.
political junkies or supporters or opponents, right? This is a big, broad audience.
Go give him a sub if you haven't. War Room podcast.
Stunning. Why are Republican women so much better looking?
He be clear
just in general.
What he wants the Congress to do.
Aaron from the One's Ready podcast, guys. That's him down here.
Yo, Nate, what's up? Nate, we had a request to come jump on. So if you want to, I'll send you the link. You can come on if you're just like trolling me in the comments, I'm here for it. But Mason Young was like, oh, you should bring Nate on.
Sports. That is kind of interesting. Yeah. The other thing is, like, the president is going to be able to announce that actually the border is now secure.
All right, yeah, we'll jump on Aaron's. We'll jump on the War Room podcast once we're done with this.
Applaud for that.
Me and Aaron can talk shit.
Yeah, we see Kristi Noem walking in. Spoke with Tom
we're gonna jump back
earlier
over
today. Obviously, the president will herald the success.
Get back over here.
Talk about foreign policy. And John, in these excerpts that the White House has provided, he does talk about Ukraine. He is going to say, I am tirelessly working to end the savage conflict in Ukraine, and talk about the billions of dollars that the U.S. has already sent. And another dig at Biden, saying Biden has authorized more money in this fight than Europe has spent. But what we don't know is whether he'll break any news on where things currently stand, because of course we are watching this back and forth between the U.S. and Ukraine.
We're still waiting. We're a little late to the party, huh?
A lengthy statement, stopping short of apologizing for what we saw in the Oval Office, but saying we need to get things back on course.
Did Democrats show up, guys?
And so there's
I saw a bunch of them said they're not going to show
here, but we are told again that this is going to be a big speech, and the president is going to have a lot of fun.
Okay, Weijia Jiang at the White House, thank you so much. As we watch as the cabinet members, there's RFK Jr., Health Secretary, and Howard Lutnick, the Commerce Secretary, and others making their way in right now. Let's go to Major Garrett for your expectations tonight, Major. I'm wondering in particular about foreign policy and upending the whole world order.
Who do your tatas? I'm a Tata guy.
Certainly, Maurice. As Margaret said, President Trump is much more aggressive and full of confidence this second time around as compared to the first time around. The White House has said the theme for tonight is a renewal of the American dream. I would say another theme.
Is he live streaming there?
Is the president is essentially telling the country and anyone watching overseas, I am the voice of volatility, because volatility changes the status quo. President Trump has made it pretty clear, both in.
All right, we're still waiting. TK is grifting as we speak. Yeah, he never stops. You missed, Tim. Should Trump be our first king? I don't know about king. I think I do think that America needs to have like a popularity contest, king and queen, though, like the Kardashians and Tom Brady or something. That way we can stop voting for dipshit politicians like AOC for like popularity contests. You know what I mean? All right. Dan Crenshaw. Crenshaw. You got me. You got me, guys. Prior Marines on my team? Quite a bit, actually. I had two of my 12 teammates on my first team were both former Marines. One was Force Recon Marine. Awesome soldiers. Oh, we got somebody who showed up. Oh, she's back. Munchkin's back. She's back in the fold. She's back in the fold. Oh boy. Munchkin's in the house. Munchkin's in the house, everybody. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's a Munchkin cat. See your little arms? Little baby arms? That's the Munchkin. The Munchkin. Yep. We got Munchkin merch coming, guys. Get out of here, you. Get out of here. Munchkin merch. Did I work with any CBs? Nope. Are we starting yet? What's going on here?
But this is something that will probably
Trump's
come as a big
arriving
relief
late.
to members of his own party.
Did I design the Munchkin merch?
Thank
No.
you so much again.
No, the artwork's
President
way too
running
good,
a
guys.
little
If you haven't
bit
seen Munchkin
behind here.
artwork,
We
super
will
good.
Talk now
but my
to
same
senior White House and political correspondent Ed O'Keefe with the latest
buddy that I used to work
from
with
our CBS News polling. Ed,
this
we've been
logo,
looking
my
at
other
these same
logos,
polls,
insane
and we've
artist,
seen
also
warning
Silver
signs
Star
for the
recipient,
president
Green Beret.
when
No
it
big
comes
deal.
to the economy in particular.
He did all our.
That's right, Maurice. He has a 51 to 49% approval rating right now, so evenly split, it would seem, amongst Americans. And when you
Trump
ask
has
them the question,
what
what do you want to hear about
50%
tonight?
approval rating?
Overwhelmingly, they want to hear him
really
talk
high.
about lowering prices, and that's because, in part, 77% of Americans are in our most recent CBS News poll say that their incomes are not keeping up with inflation. They also want to hear about his plans for Medicare and Medicaid amid conversation among Republicans about revamping that program. Less about things like cutting government
Side
spending,
effects
which
of
of course has gotten
TRT,
such
you're going to
outsized
get
attention
jacked, you're going to lose
given
weight, you're
Elon
going to
Musk
have
and that Department of Government Efficiency
super high
that have been
libido,
slashing
you're going to love your life, you're
operations
going to feel like you're 18
across
again.
the federal government.
Yep.
Among those watching
Plus 100
tonight,
more.
important to
59% approval
and
rating?
think
Is that
about
what they
who
said?
he's
That's
addressing.
insanely high.
54% of those planning to tune in tonight are Republican.
Hair
Therefore,
loss, if you have a
favor the
propensity
president.
towards
That's
hair loss, then
almost
yes.
the inverse of what
There's
we saw
plenty of-
just a year ago.
plenty of people
when it
that
was
are on,
predominantly
you know, high
Democrats who supported
testosterone.
President Biden who
If
were
you don't have
tuning in, and
propensity for
Republicans who were
DHT, then
tuning
you're
out.
not
So
going to
he
go bald no matter
knows
what.
that he has a mostly friendly audience tuning in
Favorite
to hear
country to
what
visit
he's been up to, which is
for
part
Special
of why
Forces
we
Group?
know
Probably Mongolia.
he's expected to tout
Mongolia,
these early
wasn't
moves
expecting
that
it.
he's
We were
been
one of the first
making over
ODAs to
last
go
6
there.
weeks. The other thing that's
Super,
interesting
super
about
cool country.
what Americans are perceiving about what he talks about tonight, 82% think,
Super cool.
for example, that the economy should be a high priority for the president, but just
All right.
36% of Americans.
Still waiting. First country where I saw action, if you mean combat, then Afghanistan. All right, we starting? Mark Hughes said, here we go.
He'll talk about the economy. He will talk about tariffs. He will talk about inflation.
Here we go. What are you talking
They
about?
see our numbers. They
he's
see
on
other
his way.
numbers that suggest people still
All right,
very
one sec,
concerned
guys.
about
I'm gonna
issues
go-
of dollars and cents.
I'm going to go take a
And
piss
of
real quick.
course, Ed
Oh,
O'Keefe,
wait.
the peril for presidents taking the eye off the ball in the early part of their presidency when they were elected to fix the economy. Bill Clinton being one example, Barack Obama being the other. So there is some historical tough waters there for the presidents who ignore the economy. CBS News chief Washington analyst Bob Costa has been talking to his sources. Bob, what are your sources telling you? And picking up on Ed's point about this being a conversation with Republicans, not just Republican voters, but of course Republicans in the hall he'll be speaking to.
Great to be with you, John and Maurice and Margaret. When I talk to sources close to President Trump, they say when he reflects on this speech tonight, he's thinking back to that inaugural address just down the hall that was held inside the Capitol. And he had all of those billionaire CEOs flanking him. That was a projection of power. Now, just a few weeks later, with his address to a joint session of Congress, he wants to project his power in front of this Republican-controlled Congress.
Bob, do you know if this is going to be a long speech?
Mr.
The president
Speaker,
has.
the
Whoops, let's
President
wait.
of the United States.
fighting over? Looks like we're going, huh? There he is.
Visuals are somewhat familiar. That was
the orange stallion.
And, of course, people lining up, members of Congress who get there early so they can shake the president's hand. Bob Costa, back to you as we see the president go through a long handshaking session here.
Boss the ATF.
Back
Hell
to
yeah,
your
that's
point
the best
about
comment I've seen
what
all
your
night.
reporting was telling you.
What we see here,
Best comment I've
based
seen
on
all
people
night.
close to the president, is a commander-in-chief who's totally at ease with the power he has
All right, guys, so
won
what we're going to do...
with this second term. It was just a little under 10 years ago he came down that escalator.
Real quick, see here. We're going to watch it here with a little bit of commentary, and then we're going to go over the War Room podcast. I'm going to jump on, and me and Aaron are going to discuss it together after. So we're going to send everybody over there once Trump finishes. Good? Got it. Let's do it.
The challenge for him, I'm told by those close to him, is just how far can President Trump push his power at this moment. He has overcome an assassination attempt. He was convicted of a crime last year in New York, faced civil, criminal charges, a federal investigation, now back in the White House. Can he really reframe the world, global politics and domestic politics in his
You think there's any way we don't go to war with
not just
Russia?
a speech,
Yeah, there's a
I'm told.
0% chance
It's
we
a
go to war with
statement
Russia.
about
Zero.
who he is
0% chance we
and
go to
what
war
kind of
with Russia.
historic presidency he is trying to mount this time around.
And Bob, when you frame
At least
it
in the
that
next
way,
4
what
years.
a journey it has been since coming
Literal
down that
0%
escalator
chance.
in Trump Tower. Let's go now to Scott McFarland. He is inside the chamber.
I think we are more likely
Scott,
to
give us a
invade
feeling for what
Ukraine
that's like
with
right now.
Russia than we are to fight Russia.
The Democrats largely are not standing.
China with Taiwan,
They're
not in the next
seated,
4 years.
They're not clapping. They're not moving as President Trump walks towards the dais. Some of them you'll see, Maurice and John. Some of the House Democrats are wearing these very bright pink blazers.
Canada? I hope
members of
so.
the Democratic Women's Caucus. They say that is a unified visual
I'd love to
of
invade Canada.
protest
I'll re-enlist if I
against
could go
President
schwack
Trump.
Canadians.
There'll also be a few empty seats on the House Democratic
Just kidding, to all
side.
my
Several
Canadian fans,
members
it's a
are
joke.
sitting this out, saying they can't
Just
be
a
in the
joke.
same room with Donald Trump at this
I don't hate
moment.
Canada.
This is his first time in this House chamber speaking to Congress since
Annex
the January
Canada.
6th riot.
Please
by
invade
Trump
Canada. Yeah, you
supporters.
guys need
I'll
it.
also note this. Up here in the top level with me, Elon Musk wearing a suit in the guest box. He's standing and clapping next to the FBI director, Kash Patel, and members of the Trump family.
England?
They're seated
Oh,
to
I
the
gotta
president's
be right
left
next door.
when he gets up to the
New
dais and begins speaking.
We see the president there speaking
Greg,
to
thanks,
the
buddy.
combatant commanders. You saw him shaking hands with Supreme Court justices. Worth noting tonight the amount
Yeah,
of
but we don't
power
want to
that is
annex
in the Capitol all
Quebec.
at once.
Anything French
We are told
Canadian,
that the
I actually hate.
designated survivor
Anything French, I
tonight
hate.
is VA
So French
Secretary, Veterans
Canadian
Affairs
by
Secretary
extension.
Doug Collins,
Ugh.
who is in a
We
secure
don't want that.
location,
They can keep that.
according to our Olivia Rinaldi, because certainly
Give them to
this is
Russia.
a focus
I don't know. Do
of
something
those
with them.
who wish
But
us
we don't want them.
ill
We
will.
don't want your French people, Canada.
And just as they go through another round of applause, Caitlin Huey Burns is up on the hill. Caitlin, what are the
That's true.
what are
There's a lot of
Democrats
really
doing in
good,
preparation for
really good
tonight?
stuff that comes from Canada. That's true.
Well, after this election, Democrats have been trying to
How do you feel
figure
about
their
the
way
Russia
out
giving
of the
200K bounties on our
wilderness, and
brothers in
they've been hearing
Afghanistan?
an
Yeah, I don't think
earful
that's the
from
thing,
their
homie.
constituents back home who want
Russians
them
were
to
around
do
all the time when we
more,
were there.
do what they can to oppose the president. Remember, they are
Could
in
hear
the
'em on
minority
chatter and
and are
stuff.
limited legislatively in
think.
what they can do.
I think
But
MSNBC
the
talked
House
about that.
Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries urged Democrats to show up today
Will
to
your pecker
show
grow with
their
TRT?
strength in,
Homie.
in
No,
opposition
it won't.
to the
Sorry, brother.
president. Remember,
It'll
it
get a
just
lot
takes
harder, though.
3 Republicans to
They won't get bigger.
defect in order for Democrats
Sorry,
to
bud.
blow everything
You gotta go
up
talk to the
here.
big guy upstairs for that
majority
one.
that Republicans have is indeed fragile. Democrats are trying to hold it together in opposition to this president, and we'll see how they do it tonight.
All right. Also, some people, like, there'll be like one guy in chat who gets pissed off that I'm talking while Trump's talking. Trump's not going to stop talking until he's done. So we will have some commentary in between it, right? If you just want to watch Trump by himself, go watch this on a different channel. How do you stop ball shrinking on TRT? Take HCG. But if your balls shrink, when the balls look smaller, pecker looks bigger, homie. Think about it. It's logic. Right?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
TRT link again. One sec here. Here it is.
It's a great honor. Thank
Here we
you
go.
very much. Speaker Johnson,
Code Valhalla BFT.
Vice
30% off.
President Vance, the First Lady
Here we
of
go.
the United States.
Volume good. Everybody good? You can hear Trump? Okay. Melania looking fantastic as always. The God Emperor speaks.
Of the United States
Space
Congress,
Marine name. I like
thank
that.
you very much. And to my fellow citizens, America is back.
Woo! Hear that? America is back, boys. Ooh, look at that. Look at those Democrats in there. Oof, it's going to be hard not to be excited, huh?
6 weeks ago, I stood beneath the dome of this Capitol and proclaimed the dawn of the golden age of America. From that moment on, it has been nothing but swift and unrelenting action to usher in the greatest and most successful era in the history of our country. We have accomplished more in 43 days than most administrations
Ulysses Montez,
in 4 years
this week.
or 8 years.
Should be done this
and
week.
we are just getting started.
There we go. Just getting started. Gonna be a lot of standing up and clapping. This will be the time that I get to talk to you guys. Gonna be a lot of shots at Elon.
I return to this chamber tonight to report that America's momentum is back, our spirit is back, our pride is back, our confidence is back, and the American dream is surging bigger and better than ever before.
You're going to see a lot of poopy faces,
Dakota. The American
Dakota.
dream is unstoppable, and our country is on the verge of a comeback, the likes of which the world has never witnessed and perhaps will never witness again. There's never been anything like it. The presidential election of November 5th was a mandate like has not been seen in many decades. We won all 7 swing states, giving us an electoral college victory of 312 votes.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at Congress right now. It's just half and half.
We won the popular vote by big numbers and won counties in our country.
Oh, man. Look at the booing. Oh, my God. Look how unhinged this is already. This is about to be WWE, guys. WWE. John Cena. John Cena's about to enter. Come down the aisle.
2,700 to 525.
Oh wow, this is out of control.
Completely red for Republican. Now, for the first time in modern history, more Americans believe that our country is headed in the right direction than the wrong direction. In fact, it's an astonishing record, 27-point swing, the most ever.
Wow. This is going to be the most unhinged
small business optimism saw its single largest one-month gain ever recorded.
Vince McMahon's in the back on the microphone, guys.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum
yeah, Democrats, you're not making yourself look good doing this.
Disruptions.
Like at all.
That's your warning.
They're going to get thrown out.
Members are engaging in willful and continuing breach of decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the sergeant at arms to restore order to the joint session.
Oh my God! They're gonna escort people out. They're literally gonna throw people out of this. This is gonna be amazing. This is amazing already.
Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir. Take your seat. Finding that members continue to engage in willful and concerted disruption of proper decorum, the chair now directs the sergeant at arms to restore order.
Here we go. He's gonna throw his ass out. Get the fuck out.
From the chamber.
You're gone. You're gone, bitch. He thinks he's looking like a badass getting thrown out. Drag that motherfucker out of there by his collar. This is so unhinged. Yeah, look at this guy.
That is Congressman.
Why is that guy
Green
leading
of
the country?
Texas, 77
he can
years
barely,
old. He is being
barely
escorted
talk.
out of the chamber at the order of the Speaker of the House because he was not maintaining decorum during the president's speech.
Over the past 6 weeks, I have signed nearly 100 executive orders and taken more than 400 executive actions, a record
Somebody get
to
thrown
restore
out?
common sense, safety, optimism, and wealth all across our wonderful land. The people elected me to do the job, and I'm doing it.
Ghost, you just missed the Democrat getting thrown out of the chamber.
In fact, it has been stated by many that the first month of our presidency, it's our presidency, is the most successful in the history of our nation. By many.
Crazy.
And what makes it even more impressive is that
signs.
You know who number 2
Democrats,
is?
really?
George Washington. How about
cringe?
That? How about that? I don't know about that list, but we'll take it. Within hours of taking the oath of office, I declared a national emergency on our southern border, and I deployed the U.S. military and Border Patrol to repel the invasion
border getting shut
of
down.
our country.
About time.
And what a job they've done. As a result, illegal border crossings last month were by far
record low,
the lowest ever recorded, ever.
Well, in the last 30 years, but yeah, very, very impressive statistic for his first year in office. Can't be a Democrat. It's hard to argue against that one specifically. Very impressive.
My words, and they chose not to come. Much easier that way. In comparison, under Joe Biden, the worst president in American history.
Oh, shots fired.
Hundreds of thousands of illegal crossings a month, and virtually all of them, including murderers, drug dealers, gang members, and people from mental institutions and insane asylums, were released into our country. Who would want to do that? This is my 5th such speech to Congress. And once again, I look at the Democrats in front of me.
Oh, no,
and
here we go.
I realize there is absolutely nothing I can say to make them happy or to make them stand or smile or applaud. Nothing I can do. I could find a cure to the most devastating disease, a disease that would wipe out entire nations or announce the answers to the greatest economy in history, or the stoppage of crime to the lowest levels ever recorded. And these people sitting right here will not clap, will not stand, and certainly will not cheer for these astronomical achievements. They won't
there
do
she
it,
is.
No matter what. Five
There's
times I've been
Pelosi,
up
drunk
here.
as shit.
It's very sad, and it just shouldn't be this way.
She's just drunk as fuck. Oh, God. She's got a cane, too. Look at all these Democrats with canes.
So Democrats,
she have a bottle in your hand? I think she might be hitting the bottle.
For just this one night, why not join us in celebrating so many
Trump looks senile? No, he doesn't. Look at
America.
Nancy Pelosi. That's what senile looks like. Trump is literally
for the good of our nation,
completely coherent.
Let's work together and let's truly make America
a whiskey
great
cane.
again.
Oh, God, look at her. She just hit it. You guys see her wipe her lips? She just hit the bottle.
Every day my administration is fighting to deliver the change America needs to bring a future.
She's definitely drinking.
America
she's
deserves,
100%
and we're
drunk.
doing it. This is a time for big dreams and bold action. Upon taking office, I imposed an immediate freeze on all federal hiring, a freeze on all new federal regulations, and a freeze on all foreign aid.
Good. No more foreign aid. Shit's crazy. You guys ready for your $5,000 refund checks? I am. I've seen it. We used to hand out millions of dollars to Afghan warlords, guys, of your tax dollars.
From the unfair
like it was
Paris
nothing.
Climate Accord, which was costing us trillions of dollars that other countries were not paying. I withdrew from the corrupt World Health Organization.
Just pay down the debt? Yeah, I mean, that's going to help too.
And I also withdrew from the anti-American UN Human Rights Council. We ended all of Biden's environmental restrictions that were making our country far less safe and totally unaffordable. And importantly, we ended the last administration's insane electric vehicle mandate, saving our auto workers and companies from economic destruction.
Should we withdraw from NATO? NATO provides the United States nothing. Nothing. There's nothing in value NATO provides us. We provide all the value to the rest of NATO. So
to unshackle
hurts us zero if we leave.
I have directed that for every one new regulation, 10 old regulations must be eliminated, just like I did in my very successful first term.
We are NATO, yeah.
And in that first term, we set records on ending unnecessary rules and regulations like no other president had done before. We ordered all federal workers to return to the office. They will either show up for work in person or be removed from their jobs.
Uh-oh. That's not good. Hold on. Stand by, guys. This looks like CBS's. It's not me. You guys are here with me. This is CBS's website. Stand by. Let me look for a different one. CBS, NPR. Let me try this. No, that's not it. Let me find a different one real quick. Sorry, guys. Watch Live, NBC. They're all... bunch of them are down. Wow. Like, yeah, that's not me, guys. Yeah, here we go. That's CBS.
Decision has allowed us to do so. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hold on, I got to reset the window capture real quick, guys. But we'll get
We
it.
have removed the poison of critical race theory from our public schools, and I signed an order making it the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
Not showing. Hold on.
I also signed an executive order to ban men from playing in women's sports.
What's going on?
3 years ago, Peyton McNabb was an all-star high school athlete, one of the best.
There we go.
Traumatic brain injury, partially paralyzing her right side and ending her athletic career. It was a shot like she's never seen before. She's never seen anything like it.
There we go.
Peyton is here tonight in the gallery, and Peyton, from now on, schools will kick the men off the girls' team, or they will lose all federal funding. Like she's never seen before. She's never seen anything like it. Peyton is here tonight in the gallery, and Peyton.
Sorry, guys. I wasn't expecting CBS to go down.
The girls' team, or they
That's
will
weird,
lose all federal funding.
We're good. We're back. We are back. We're back. Yeah, CBS got nuked, I guess, from orbit. That's weird. CBS is only used to 2,500 viewers.
And if you really want to see numbers, just take a look at what happened in the women's boxing, weightlifting, track and field, swimming, or cycling.
There we go.
Where a male recently finished a long-distance race, 5 hours and 14 minutes ahead of a woman for a new record by 5 hours. Broke the record by 5 hours.
Break a record by 5 hours.
It's demeaning for women, and it's very bad for our country. We're not going to put up with it any longer.
Oh, there's Riley Gaines. Oh, God. There she is. Why did they cut to Pelosi there?
What I have just described is only a small fraction of the common sense revolution that is now, because of us, sweeping the entire world. Common sense has become a common theme, and we will never go back. Never. Never going to let that happen. Among my very highest priorities is to rescue our economy and get dramatic and immediate relief to working families.
How they keep these folks alive, I don't know.
From the last administration, an economic catastrophe and an inflation nightmare. Their policies drove up energy prices, pushed up grocery costs, and drove the necessities of life out of reach for millions and millions of Americans. They've never had anything like it. We suffered the worst inflation in 48 years, but perhaps even in the history of our country. They're not sure. As president, I'm fighting every day to reverse this damage and make America affordable again.
Definitely not the worst inflation in U.S. history, but definitely the highest it's been since the Carter era.
Joe Biden especially let the price of eggs get out of control. The egg prices
they're going to hate that.
And we're working hard to get it back down. Secretary, do a good job on that. You inherited a total mess from the previous administration. Do a good job.
Somebody else got thrown out.
A major focus of our fight to defeat inflation is rapidly reducing the cost of energy. The previous administration cut the number of new oil and gas leases by 95%.
Resist.
Slowed pipeline construction to
You should have resisted during the election. We'll wait for that now.
100 power plants. We are opening up many of those power plants right now. And frankly, we have never seen anything like it. That's why on my first day in office, I declared a national energy emergency. As you've heard me say many times, we have more liquid gold under our feet than any nation on earth, and by far. And now I fully authorize the most talented team ever assembled to go and get it. It's called Drill, Baby, Drill.
Yeah, I mean, you can't hate that. That needs to happen as well. 100%.
My administration is also working on a gigantic natural gas pipeline in Alaska, among the largest in the world, where Japan, South Korea, and other nations want to be our partner with investments of trillions of dollars each. Oof. There's never been anything like that one. It will be truly spectacular. It's all set to go. The permitting is gotten. And later this week, I will also take historic action to dramatically expand production of critical minerals and rare earths here in the USA.
Uh-oh, is he about to talk about Ukraine? Rare earths? Oh, there he is.
To further combat inflation, we will not only be reducing the cost of energy, but will be ending the flagrant waste of taxpayer dollars.
No Ukraine, no cartels yet.
And to that end, I have created the brand new Department of Government Efficiency. DOGE.
Oh, there he is.
You've heard of it.
Look how excited he is. Oh, look at him. Being dressed up.
Which is headed by Elon Musk, who is in the gallery tonight.
Oh, he didn't go with it. He didn't go with it, guys. I thought he was good. He should have just done it. He should have just done it just to troll. Just throw the heart. My heart goes out to you. This is Elizabeth Warren with her $65 million net worth. Chilling.
Thank you, Elon. He's working very hard. He didn't need this. He didn't need this. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Everybody here, even this side, appreciates it, I believe.
Oh.
They just don't want to admit that. Just listen to some of the appalling waste we have already identified. $22 billion from HHS to provide free housing and cars for illegal aliens.
Oh, here we go.
$45 million for diversity, equity, and inclusion scholarships in Burma. $40 million to improve the social and economic inclusion of sedentary migrants. Nobody knows what that is. $8 million to promote LGBTQI+ in the African nation of Lesotho, which nobody has ever heard of.
That's so crazy.
$60 million for indigenous peoples and Afro-Colombian empowerment in Central America. $60 million. $8 million for making mice transgender. This is real.
It's funny, but then you realize this is true, and you realize how fucking disgusting it is. Right.
$10 million for male circumcision in Mozambique. $20 million for
this is real,
the Arab Sesame Street in
Iraq.
Middle East. It's a program. Yep. $20 million for a program.
Yep.
$1.9 billion to recently created Decarbonization of Homes Committee, headed up, and we know she's involved.
You know how the Democrats, you see how they aren't booing or doing anything right now? Just real silent.
A woman named Stacey Abrams. Have you ever heard of her? A $3.5 million consulting contract for lavish fish monitoring. $1.5 million for voter confidence in Liberia.
Wow.
$14 million for social cohesion in Mali. $59 million for illegal alien hotel rooms in New York City. He's a real estate developer. He's done very well. $250,000 to increase vegan local climate action innovation in Zambia.
Oh, my God.
$42 million for social and behavior change in Uganda. $14 million for improving public procurement in Serbia. $47 million for improving learning outcomes in Asia. Asia's doing very well with learning. You know what we're doing. Should use it ourselves. And $101 million for DEI contracts at the Department of Education. The most
Jesus
ever paid.
Christ.
Nothing even like it. Under the Trump administration, all of these scams, and they're far worse, but I didn't think it was appropriate to talk about them. They're so bad. Many more have been found out and exposed and swiftly terminated by a group of very intelligent, mostly young people, headed up by Elon, and we appreciate
bunch of 19-year-olds.
Hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud.
It's actually crazy, though. This is like one of the most fucked up things we're finding out ever. So our country's been giving away trillions of dollars to just... It's all money laundering. All of it's money laundering. Zuby, $2, CIA.
And
Thanks,
we've
brother.
taken back
There's
the
Nancy.
money and reduced our debt to fight inflation and other things.
Housing for vets.
Taking
Yeah,
back
could have
a
used
lot of
$100 million
money.
for
We
that,
got it
huh?
just in time. This is just the beginning.
Oh, here we go.
The Government Accountability Office, a federal government office, has estimated annual fraud of over $500 billion in our nation, and we are working very hard to stop it. We're going to. We're also identifying shocking levels of incompetence and probable fraud in the Social Security program for our seniors.
Talking about cuts to the VA. Yeah, there's a shit ton of GS employees that don't do anything that need to get cut, including at the VA. People say that like it's a flex. Oh, you fired people at the VA. Yeah, because they got jobs where they're not doing jack fucking shit. I know, I dealt with GS employees my entire fucking military career, and a huge portion of them are worthless. Stupid Democrat talking point.
3.6 million people from ages 110 to 119. I don't know any of them. I know some people that are rather elderly, but not quite that elderly. 3.47 million people from ages 120 to 129. 3.9 million people from ages 130 to 139. 3.5 million people from ages 140
That's so crazy.
to 149.
What
And
the
money
fuck?
is being paid to many of them, and we're searching right now. In fact, Pam, good luck.
Also feel bad, there's all these people that have been collecting their, grandparents' Social Security for 50
It
years.
just keeps getting paid, and nobody does, and it really hurts Social Security and hurts our country. 1.3 million people from ages 150 to 159, and over 130,000 people, according to the Social Security databases, are
doing
aged
this? This is true.
160 years old.
Why do you support this? If you're a Democrat in the
We
chat,
have a
why do you
healthier
support this?
country than I
Why do you
thought,
support people that are 200 years old receiving Social Security checks? Somebody that's a Democrat in the chat, let us know why that's good. Throw it out there. Let me know why it's good that people that are 200 plus years old are getting Social Security that you are paying taxes into. Somebody let me know.
To finish, 1,039 people between the ages of 220 and 229.
Come on, chat.
One person between the age of 240 and 249, and one person is
Nobody,
listed
because they're alive. Yeah, there you go. They're
360
vampires.
years of age.
Gregory, I can't say your last name, brother.
More than 100
De
years
Giovanni, maybe?
older than our country.
$20, the oppressor Oliver. Thank you, brother. Very generous, and of course, always
We're
dole
gonna
to you
find
as
out
well.
where that money's going.
Appreciate
And it's
you,
not going to be pretty. By slashing all of the fraud, waste, and theft we can find, we will defeat inflation, bring down mortgage rates, lower car payments and grocery prices, protect our seniors, and put more money in the pockets of American families.
No Democrat could give me nothing. All right, well. All right, that's too bad.
And today, interest rates.
There was a coding software.
Beautiful drop. Big, beautiful
error in the coding. That's why. For the last, who knows how long.
Near future, I want to do what has not been done in 24 years. Balance the federal budget.
I don't have Dem fans. Actually, I have a lot. You'd be shocked. Quite a bit. I don't have anything wrong with that. I'm very moderate myself. It's just, the problem is the Democratic Party is so far that way left that anybody that's even coherent with the brain anymore doesn't find themselves in that party anymore.
With that goal in mind, we have developed in great detail what we are calling the Gold Card, which goes on sale very, very soon. For
I don't know. All Democrats have left the chat. Let's check the subscriber numbers. Let's see if I'm down to shit ton of subscribers.
Creating people from all over the world to buy a path to U.S. citizenship. It's like the green card, but better.
We got like 100 since we started.
And these people will have to pay tax in our country.
Wish you watched, but you got a date tonight? Yeah.
From where they came.
Date night's way better than this, brother.
The money that they've made.
Cheers. Have fun with your girlfriend, man.
They have to pay tax,
appreciate you coming by.
Jobs. They'll also be taking people out of colleges and paying for them so that we can keep them.
Brits Camaro, $5 for my favorite shit talker. Don't ever change. You guys haven't told.
Number one,
sorry,
at the
I don't
top
want to interrupt.
school as an
Hold
example,
on.
being forced out and not being allowed to stay and create tremendous numbers of jobs and great success for a company out there. So while we take out the criminals, killers, traffickers, and child predators who are allowed
TFM,
to enter our country under the open border policy of these people, the Democrats, the Biden administration, the open border insane policies that you've allowed to destroy our country, we will now bring in brilliant, hardworking, job-creating people. They're going to pay a lot of money, and we're going to reduce our debt with that money.
Yeah, if you guys haven't noticed, I'm not your typical vet bro that plays nice. I'll just fucking speak my mind, talk all the shit in the world I want. Hopefully I don't offend you. If I do, don't care. I'm sorry. Hopefully you find it funny because most of it is comedy.
Profound change. For nearly 100 years, the federal
don't panic. I'll get to that in a second,
has grown until it has crushed our freedoms, ballooned our deficits, and held back America's potential in every possible way. The nation founded by pioneers and risk takers now drowns under millions and millions of pages of regulations and debt.
True.
Approvals that should take 10 days to get instead take 10 years, 15 years, and even 20 years before you're rejected. Meanwhile, we have hundreds of thousands of federal workers who have not been showing up to work. My administration will reclaim power from this unaccountable bureaucracy, and we will restore true democracy to America.
Unless you are one, I'm sorry. I'm sure there's some good ones out there, but they were the fucking worst I ever dealt with my entire career. The entire career, every time I walked into a GS employee's office, I knew it was going to be a fucking nightmare. All right, don't panic, $10. That reminded me of Chris Tucker in the movie Rush Hour, $50 million, who she thinks she is Chelsea Clinton. Yeah, that's a good one, bro. Thank you very much.
Because we are draining the swamp. It's very simple. And the days of rule by unelected bureaucrats are over.
Well, somebody's going to say something about Elon, unelected bureaucrat. Wait for it. Look at him.
And the next phase of our plan to deliver the greatest
fucking
economy in
WWE
history
right
is
here,
for this
boys.
Congress to pass tax cuts for everybody. They're in there. They're waiting for you to vote. And I'm sure that the people on my right, I don't mean the Republican right, but my right here, I'm sure you're going to vote for those tax cuts, because otherwise I don't believe the people will ever vote you into office. So I'm doing you a big favor by telling you that.
Oh, my God.
But I know this group is going to be voting for the tax.
Just look how pathetic and miserable the Democrats look, guys. That's not a good look. It's not. You don't look like you're resisting. You just look,
very, very big
like a bunch
of
of fucking turds.
We had tremendous success in our first term with it. A very big
Resist.
part of our plan.
Help veterans. 99% of fucking veterans are conservative.
And to get urgently needed relief to Americans hit especially hard by inflation, I'm calling for no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security benefits for our great seniors.
Did you see Democrats voted against that? So wild. Good one. Start by paying your taxes.
And I also
in 2017.
want to make interest payments on car loans.
The guy who doesn't even collect a paycheck from his job.
But only if the car is made in America.
Yeah, no tax on overtime. That's awesome, guys. You're like law enforcement, fire department, and you make a bulk of your like extra income off overtime. That's money.
Nobody's ever seen. Plants are opening up all over the place. Deals are being made. Never seen. That's a combination of the election win and tariffs. It's a beautiful word, isn't it? That, along with our other policies, will allow our auto industry to absolutely boom. It's going to boom. Spoke to the majors today, all three, the top people, and they're so excited. In fact, already numerous car companies have announced that they will be building massive automobile plants in America, with Honda just announcing a new plant in Indiana, one of the largest.
Making money in overtime for sure. For sure. Alejandro, they're not upset that he's saying this. It's just that they're going to take the opposite side of whatever he said, which is dumb for Democrats to do.
Great victory on November 5th,
this is why he just got elected in a landslide.
Which will hopefully go down as one of the most important in the history of our country. In addition, as part of our tax cuts, we want to cut taxes on domestic production and all manufacturing. And just as we did before, we will provide 100% expensing. It will be retroactive to January 20th, 2025. And it was one of the main reasons why our tax cuts were so successful in our first term, giving us the most successful economy in the history of our country. First term. We had a great first term. If you don't make your product in America, however, under the Trump administration, you will pay a tariff, and in some cases, a rather large one. Other countries have used tariffs against us for decades, and now it's our turn to start using them against those other countries. On average, the European Union, China, Brazil, India, Mexico, and Canada, have you heard of them? And countless other nations charge us tremendously higher tariffs than we charge them. It's very unfair. India charges us auto
Ukraine, Russia, nothing yet. Nothing on cartels, nothing on Ukraine, Russia.
China's average tariff on our products is twice what we charge them. And South Korea's average tariff is 4 times higher.
Pay military overtime? Oh, bro.
And we give so much help militarily and in so many other ways to
more
South
than 40
Korea.
hours a week.
But that's what happens. This is happening by friend and foe.
I would work 12 hours a day, 180 days straight.
The system is not fair to the United States and never was. And so on April 2nd, I wanted to make it April
80 hours
1st,
a week for 6 months straight.
But I didn't.
And get paid normal pay.
Want to be accused of April Fool's Day. That's not just one day cost us a lot of money. But we're going to do it in April. I'm a very superstitious person. April 2nd, reciprocal tariffs kick in. And whatever they tariff us, other countries, we will tariff them. That's reciprocal back
Military's
and forth.
not hourly, no, it's salary.
Whatever they tax us, we will tax them.
Smokey the Cat, throw a like if you haven't. Thanks, bro.
Tariffs,
like that shout out. Appreciate you.
To keep us out of their market, then we will do non-monetary barriers to keep them out of our market. There's a lot of that, too. They don't even allow us in their market. We will take in trillions and trillions of dollars and create jobs like we have never seen before. I did it with China and I did it with others, and the Biden administration couldn't do anything about it because there was so much money they couldn't do anything about it. We have been ripped off for decades by nearly every country on earth, and we will not let that happen any longer. Much has been said over the last 3 months about Mexico and Canada, but we have very large deficits with both of them. But even more importantly, they've allowed fentanyl to come into our country at levels never seen before,
snow Mexicans, northern border.
Hundreds of thousands of our citizens and many very young, beautiful people, destroying families. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. They are, in effect, receiving subsidies of hundreds of billions of dollars. We pay subsidies to Canada and to Mexico of hundreds of billions of dollars, and the United States will not be doing that any longer. We're not going to do it any longer.
That's too bad. No more free money, everybody.
Thanks to our America First policies we're putting into place, we have had $1.7 trillion of new investment in America in just the past few weeks. The combination of the election and our economic policies that people of SoftBank, one of the most brilliant anywhere in the world, announced a $200 billion investment. OpenAI and Oracle, Larry Ellison, announced $500 billion investment, which they wouldn't have done if Kamala had won. Apple announced $500 billion investment. Tim Cook called me. He said, I cannot spend it fast enough. It's going to be much higher than that, I believe. They'll be building their plants here instead of in China. And just yesterday, Taiwan Semiconductor, the biggest in the world, most powerful in the world.
Ooh, TSMC.
Has a tremendous amount, 97% of the market. Announced a $165 billion investment to build the most powerful chips on Earth.
We're going to need that
right
here for when China
USA.
invades Taiwan. We're going to need those super chips being built in America. That's very good. That's a very good investment. Long term, that's very important.
And we're not giving them any money. Your CHIPS Act is a horrible, horrible thing. We give hundreds of billions of dollars, and it doesn't mean a thing. They take our money and they don't spend it. All that meant to them, we're giving them no money. All that was important to them was they didn't want to pay the tariffs, so they came and they're building, and many other companies are coming. We don't have to give them money. We just want to protect our businesses and our people, and they will come because they won't have to pay tariffs if they build in America. So it's very amazing. You should get rid of the CHIP Act, and whatever's left over, Mr. Speaker, you should use it to reduce debt or any other reason you want to.
Send us those 5K checks, baby. Let's go.
Our new trade policy will also be great for the American farmer. I love the farmer. Who will now be selling into our home market, the USA, because nobody is going to be able to compete with you. Because there's goods that come in from other countries and companies. They're really in a bad position in so many different ways. They're
talking about let's ban China from owning farmland
they may be
in the
very
United States. How about that? Where's that coming?
Disgusting. And they come in and they pour in, and they hurt our American farmers. The tariffs will go on agricultural product coming into America, and our farmers, starting on April 2nd, it may be a little bit of an adjustment period. We had that before when I made the deal with China, $50 billion of purchases, and I said, just bear with me, and they did. They did. Probably have to bear with me again, and this will be even better. That was great. The problem with it was that Biden didn't enforce it. He didn't enforce it. $50 billion of purchases, and we were doing great, but Biden did not enforce it, and it hurt our farmers. But our farmers are going to have a field day right now. So to our farmers,
anything that helps farmers,
I love you too.
You should be clapping,
I love you
clapping
too.
your hands for that. Super important. Super important. Got a lot of close friends that are big in farming.
And I have also imposed a 25% tariff
he is
on
straight up asleep.
Aluminum, copper,
that dude is 100 years old, and he might be dead. That dude might have been dead.
Steel,
he was that old.
And lots of other things. We don't have a military, and frankly, we just won't have a country very long.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that dude was dead.
Today is a proud American
we'll just ignore
steelworker, fantastic person from Decatur, Alabama, Jeff Denard has been working
just
at the same steel plant
Did you
for
see
27
that? Nobody
years
clapped.
in a job that
Give
has
himself a nice
allowed
clap.
him to serve as the captain of his local volunteer fire department, raised
But
7
we'll give him a clap.
children with
Captain of
his
the local fire
beautiful wife,
department,
Nicole,
Chad will give him a clap.
and over the
since
years
nobody else
provided
did.
a loving home
We like
for more
that.
than 40 foster
We
children.
like that.
So great, Jeff.
Yeah, they did him dirty. Yeah, there we go. Give him some claps. That's what we're talking about. Clap for that man.
Thank you, Jeff.
There we go.
Thank you, Jeff.
Hell yeah.
Stories
Good dude right
like
there.
Jeff's remind us that tariffs are not just about protecting American jobs. They're about protecting the soul of our country. Tariffs are about making America rich again and making America great again, and it's happening, and it will happen rather quickly. There'll be a little disturbance, but we're okay with that. It won't be much. No, you're not. And look where Biden took us.
Oh, good. That's
Very low,
unhinged
the
as I
lowest
thought it
we've
would be.
ever been. Jeff, I want to thank you very much. And I also want to recognize another person who has devoted herself to foster care community. She works so hard on it. A very loving person, our magnificent First Lady of the United States.
All right. Love me some Melania. That's the type of immigrant you're trying to bring in the country right there, boys. We'll take all of them. Ship them all over. We'll take every one of those.
Melania's
Bring 'em
work
all.
has yielded incredible results, helping prepare our nation's
door.
future leaders as they enter the workforce. Our First Lady is joined by 2 impressive young women, very impressive.
Yep, like Pokemon.
Haley
We'll bring all
Ferguson,
the Eastern
who
European women
benefited
in.
from the First
Bring 'em in.
Lady's Fostering the Future
All
initiative.
the Melanias.
And is poised to complete her education and become a teacher. And Elliston Berry, who became a victim of
Why don't we start taking
deep
Ukrainian
fake
refugees?
image produced
You know what I'm saying?
by a peer. With Elliston's help, the
just
Senate
the
just
Melania thing.
passed the Take It Down Act.
No men or
And
kids.
this is so important. Thank you very
Gotta
much.
come by
John.
yourself.
John Thune, thank you. Stand up, John. Thank you, John.
Yeah, my
Thank
wife's
you
right
all
there.
very
Dude.
much.
It's a joke. Relax, infantry demon. Relax, homie.
Thank you. And thank you to John Thune and the Senate. Great job. To criminalize the
That's for all you boys out
publication
there.
of
I'm trying to
such
help you out.
images
I
online
already have a
is
hot wife.
terrible, terrible thing. And once it passes the House, I look forward to signing that bill into law. Thank you. And I'm going to use that bill for myself, too, if you don't mind. Because nobody gets treated worse than I do online. Nobody.
You guys are welcome.
That's great. Thank you very much to the Senate. Thank you. But if we truly care about protecting Americans' children, no step is more crucial than securing America's borders. Over the past 4 years, 21 million people poured into the United States.
Here we
Many
go,
of them
border.
were murderers, human traffickers,
Here we
gang
go.
members, and other criminals from the
He
streets
called
of
them all the
dangerous
names they
cities
got pissed off about
all
before.
throughout the
Remember that?
world. Because of
For
Joe Biden's
years, they
insane
said
and
they
very
got upset. He called them that. He
dangerous
just called them all
open
that again.
policies. They
Wow.
are now strongly embedded in
Zero
our
fucks
country,
Trump.
but we are getting them out and getting them out fast. And I want to thank Tom Homan and
Oh, yeah.
Christy. I want to
That
thank
dude is a
you and
savage.
Paul of Border Patrol. I want to thank you. What a job they've all done. Everybody, Border Patrol, ICE, well, law enforcement in general is incredible. We have to take care of our law enforcement. Have to.
You American guys just arrived about the point. Seem to talk about
Last
Europe.
year-
We haven't really got to Europe yet. Imagine it's coming.
A brilliant 22-year-old nursing student named Lakin Riley, the best in her class, admired by everybody, went out for a jog on the campus of the University of Georgia. That morning, Lakin was viciously attacked, assaulted, beaten, brutalized, and horrifically murdered. Laken was stolen from us by a savage illegal alien gang member who was arrested while trespassing across Biden's open southern border and then set loose into the United States under the heartless policies
and this is why I love it. Close the fucking border. Get them all out because of that right there. Because of what you guys are looking at right there.
He had then been arrested and released in a Democrat-run sanctuary city, a disaster, before ending the life of this
especially our daughters,
young
don't have to be
angel.
worried about this shit anymore.
With us this evening are Laken's beloved mother, Allison, and her sister, Lauren.
Oh, look, even the Democrats even clapped for that one. Nice little golf clap from the Democrats, even though they all fucking voted no on the Laken-Riley Act. Remember that?
I told Laken's grieving parents that we would ensure their daughter would not have died in vain. That's why the very first bill I signed into law as your 47th president mandates the detention of all dangerous criminal aliens who threaten public safety. It's a very strong, powerful act.
Imagine being against that, deporting violent criminals. But they were. Imagine voting against that.
It's called the Laken-Riley Act.
It's fucking so crazy.
Allison and Lauren, America will never, ever forget our beautiful
They all voted against that.
Hope
The left
Riley.
voted against that. Deporting violent illegal immigrants. And you wonder why you lost the fucking election.
Thank you very much. Since taking office, my administration has launched the most sweeping border and immigration crackdown
That one gets me
in
fired
American
up.
history.
Usually
And
don't
we
get pissed
quickly
off,
achieved
but
the lowest
that one gets me
numbers
pissed
of
off.
illegal border crossers ever recorded. Thank you. The media and our friends in the Democrat Party kept saying we needed new legislation. We must have legislation to secure the border. But it turned out that all
JD
we really
right now has the
needed
demeanor of Tywin
was a new
Lannister.
president.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Well, not now, but he just did. Johnny Fairlane with the $5 dono. Thank you, brother. No message. Oh my God, what is that? Did you guys see that?
Joe Biden didn't just
What the
open our
fuck
borders,
was
he
that
flew
thing on the
illegal
right?
aliens over them to overwhelm our
What
schools,
was that?
hospitals, and communities
Was that a
throughout
human
the country.
being?
Entire towns like Aurora, Colorado, and
What
Springfield,
was
Ohio,
that?
buckled under the weight of the migrant occupation and corruption like nobody's ever seen before. Beautiful towns destroyed. Now,
That wasn't
just as
real.
I promised in my inaugural address,
100%
we are
witch.
achieving the great
Oh my
liberation of
God.
America.
Sorry, the quick clip to that was not a human being. I don't know what the fuck that was. Holy shit. They haven't showed that all night and they just slid that in.
But there's still
oh my
is much
God.
work to be done.
Dead
Here
hamster.
tonight is a woman I have gotten to know, Alexis Nungari from Houston.
Okay, we got to
Wonderful
get it
woman.
together.
Last
That
June,
just
Alexis's
copy
12-year-old
off.
daughter, her
Just some of
precious
these
Jocelyn,
fucking people, man.
walked to a nearby
Or whatever that
convenience
was.
store. She
Whoa,
was
all right.
kidnapped, tied
Let's
up,
bring it back.
assaulted
Bring it
for
back
2
down to
hours
reality
under
here.
a bridge,
Oh.
and horrifically murdered.
Okay.
Arrested and charged with this heinous crime are 2 illegal alien monsters from Venezuela, released into America by the last administration through their ridiculous open border. The death of this beautiful 12-year-old girl and
I'm trying
the
not to laugh at
agony
this
of her
portion
mother
because
and
it's going to get
family
clipped, but oh my
touched our
God.
entire nation greatly.
The chat right now.
Alexis, I promised that
That
we
was
would
whatever
always
survived
remember
Davy
your
Jones'
daughter,
locker,
your
bro.
magnificent daughter, and Earlier tonight, I signed an order keeping my word to you.
This is going to get clipped.
One thing I've learned about Jocelyn is that she loved animals so much.
All right.
She
I
loved
can't look at the
nature.
chat right now. You guys are going to kill me.
Across Galveston Bay, from where Jocelyn lived in Houston, you will find a magnificent national wildlife refuge, a pristine, peaceful, 34,000-acre sanctuary for all of God's creatures on the edge of the Gulf of America. Alexis, moments ago, I formally
You had to throw in a Gulf
renamed
America. That would have been on the bingo board,
refuge
guys, if we had one. Gulf of
in
America.
loving memory of your beautiful daughter, Jocelyn. So, Mr. Vice President, if you would, may I have the order?
Voldemort's sister. Oh, he's going to sign one right here? That's nice. I like that. Good. This is what we like to see right here. This is pro-America.
Thank you very much.
Protect our daughters.
All three savages charged with
Period.
Jocelyn and Lakin's murders were members of the Venezuelan prison gang, the toughest gang, they say, in the world, known as Tren de Aragua. 2 weeks ago, I officially designated this gang, along with MS-13 and the bloodthirsty Mexican drug cartels, as foreign terrorist organizations.
Don't display the live chat and get taken down. Whatever, man. Appreciate it, but who cares? Let them do it. I don't do this for to come,
you know. Officially in the same category as ISIS, and that's not good for them.
Do whatever YouTube tells us to do.
Countless thousands of these terrorists were welcomed into the U.S. by the Biden administration. But now every last one will be rounded up and forcibly removed from our country, or
trendy Nicaragua,
put in jails, standing trial in this country.
That's like me pronouncing gang names.
To come back ever. With us this evening is a warrior on the front lines of that battle, Border Patrol Agent Roberto Ortiz. Great guy.
There we go. Yeah, Dean, sorry to hear that, brother.
In January, Roberto and another agent were patrolling by the Rio Grande near an area known as Cartel Island. Doesn't sound too nice to me. When heavily armed gunmen started shooting at them, Roberto saw that his partner was totally exposed, at great danger, and he leapt into action, returning fire.
Hell yeah, brother.
Crucial seconds for his fellow agent to seek safety, just barely. I have some of the prints of that event.
What award are we going to give him? We're going to give him some type of valor award, I'm sure.
We salute you for your great courage and for your line of fire that you took and for the bravery that you showed. We honor you, and we will always honor you. Thank you, Roberto, very much.
Been in it myself, guys. It's a lot to be said for somebody that does something like that. Yeah, the real Valor Award kinds, not the Tim Kennedy kind. Good on him.
Thank you, Roberto. And I actually got to know him on my many calls to the border. He's a great.
Oh, here we go. Here's the guy I was talking about. We were waiting for the chat. Look at it, Martin. Whatever his last name is. Who's giving the speech? The president or me? Shut the fuck up, brother.
Murder, rape, torture. And
what are you doing in here?
Exercise total control.
Go watch this on MSNBC, homie.
Control over a whole nation, posing a grave threat to our national security.
I don't always do this very often.
The cartels are waging war on America, and it's time for America to wage war on the cartels.
Fucking get the fuck out. There ain't no freedom of speech here, homie.
5
Fuck
minutes
you.
Ago, Mexican authorities,
How about
because
that?
of our
Cheers.
tariff policies being imposed on them, think of this, handed over to us 29 of the biggest cartel leaders in their country. That has never happened before. They want to make us happy.
Bye, Felicia.
But we need Mexico and Canada to do much more than they've done, and they have to stop the fentanyl and drugs pouring into the USA. They're going to stop it. I have sent Congress a detailed funding request laying out exactly how we will eliminate these threats to protect our homeland and complete the largest deportation operation in American history, larger even than current record holder President Dwight D. Eisenhower, a moderate man, but someone who believed very strongly in borders. Americans expect Congress to send me this funding without delay so I can sign it into law.
So, she's looking fucking angry for whatever reason.
John Thune, both of you, I hope you're going to be able to do that.
Why does Christie look so pissed off, guys?
Mr. Leader, thank you. Thank you very much. And let's get it to me. I'll sign it so fast, you won't even believe it.
It's the face fillers. Hey, that's right.
And as we reclaim our sovereignty, we must also bring back
Forrest, I almost dropped a dog joke, but I decided not to.
And towns.
Almost. Yeah, here come the dog jokes. I knew they were coming. I almost beat it to you, but I was like, nah, nobody's going to say anything.
Our system has been turned upside down by radical left lunatics. Many jurisdictions virtually ceased enforcing the law against dangerous repeat offenders while weaponizing law enforcement against political opponents like me.
He's such a savage, guys.
My administration has acted swiftly and decisively to restore fair, equal, and impartial justice under the constitutional rule of law, starting at the FBI and the DOJ. Pam, good luck. Cash, wherever you may be, good luck. Good luck. Pam Bondi. Good luck. So important. Going to do a great job. Cash, thank you. Thank you, Cash.
You better do a great job. A lot of expectations in that role. More expectations on him than probably any other position out there.
They've already started very strong. They're going to do a fantastic job. You're going to be very proud of them. We're also once again giving our police officers the support, protection, and respect they so
ATF shut it down. I agree.
Deserve. They have to get it.
I don't want him in charge of the ATF. I want the ATF abolished.
Dangerous job, but we're going to make it less dangerous. The problem is the bad guys don't respect the law, but they're starting to respect it, and they soon will respect it. This also includes our great fire departments throughout the country. Our firemen and women are unbelievable people, and we'll never forget them. And besides that, they voted for me in record numbers, so I have no choice.
I think FBI HRT will be rad under cash.
1 year ago this month,
I don't know anybody there. I have a buddy that's a federal marshal HRT cell group instructor, but I don't know anybody in the FBI.
Wonderful person and a great officer. Was gunned down at a traffic stop on Long Island. I went to his funeral.
These are always
the vicious criminal charged with his murder had 21 prior arrests. And
21 prior arrests.
Too. He was a real bad one.
There you go.
The thug in the seat next to him had 14
released onto the streets
and went by the name of Killer. He was Killer. He killed other people. They say a lot of them.
People wonder why I'm not moderate anymore.
Diller's service and
here's why.
His wife and 1-year-old son Ryan. It was very inspirational, actually. His widow's name is Stephanie, and she is here tonight. Stephanie, thank you very much, Stephanie. Thank you very much.
This is why moderate people like me are fucking on the right now. All right, we had a super chat real quick. Organized Truth, $5. Thank you for your service, Nate. Thank you for your honesty on all your videos. Salute from Texas. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Thanks for the dono.
New York's finest. And we're going to get these cold-blooded killers and repeat offenders off our streets, and we're going to do it fast. Got to stop it. They get out with 28 arrests. They push people into subway trains. They hit people over the head, back of the head with baseball bats. We got to get them out of here. I've already signed an executive order requiring a mandatory death penalty for anyone who murders a police officer. And tonight I'm asking Congress
I want that for pedophiles as well.
I
shouldn't have said that. We're going to get demonetized now. I want it for that, too. Public. You know the word. Bring it back. Bring them up.
I'm also asking for a new crime bill getting tough on repeat offenders while enhancing protections for America's police officers so they can do their jobs without fear of their lives being totally destroyed. They don't want to be killed. We're not going to let them be killed. Joining us in the gallery tonight is a young man who truly loves our police. His name is DJ Daniel. He is 13 years old, and he has always dreamed of becoming a police officer.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You love to see it. Let's see how Rachel Maddow spins that into something bad after this. We'll call that little kid an Uncle Tom, I bet. Just watch.
DJ was diagnosed with brain cancer. The doctors gave him 5 months at most to live. That was more than 6 years ago.
Hell yeah, dude. Oh, look at some of those Democrats. Can't even clap for that. Democrats. Who was that? Wasn't that Wasserman Schultz? She can't even clap for the kid who survived brain cancer.
Time, DJ and his dad have been on a quest to make
Democrats.
His dream
can't
come
clap
true.
For that.
And DJ has been sworn in as an honorary law enforcement officer.
Could you imagine not clapping for that in his speech?
The police love him. The police departments love him. And tonight, DJ, we're going to do you the biggest honor of them all. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
There it is. He'd be able to guard the president better than ones we saw during the assassination attempt, I'll tell you that. I bet he could climb a roof. He could handle a 6% grade roof, I guarantee it. Hell yeah. Let's go. You know, Trump can talk forever, so it cannot be long. I love you.
Thank you, DJ.
Democrats still won't clap for that.
DJ's doctor.
Not a single one of them stood and clapped for that.
Likely came from a chemical he was exposed to when he was younger.
Imagine that.
Since 1975, rates
Democrats
of
are protesting
have increased by
children who survive brain cancer.
Reversing this trend is one of the top priorities for our new presidential commission to make America healthy again, chaired by our new Secretary of Health and Human Services.
There he is. There's my boy.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
There's my boy. That was my dog. That was my choice, but you know what? I'm still fine with Trump as well. But I'm a big RFK guy. I think that's the super chat. One sec, guys.
With the name Kennedy, you would have thought everybody over here would have been cheering. How quickly they forget.
That's so true.
Our goal is to get toxins out of our environment, poisons out of our food supply, and keep our children healthy.
They're going to boo that
strong.
too. Let's boo making Americans healthy.
Not long ago, and you can't even believe these numbers, 1 in 10,000 children had autism. 1 in 10,000. And now it's 1 in 36. There's something wrong. 1 in 36.
Yeah, we don't vaccinate our kids.
So we're going to find out what it is, and there's nobody better than
Think what
Bobby
you want.
and
My
all
kids
of
aren't
the people
vaccinated.
that are working with
Never
you.
will be.
We have the best to,
Grand Bear, $5. Keep calling those balls and strikes.
what is
Thank you,
going
brother.
on.
Appreciate you.
Okay,
Thanks for
Bobby,
always
good
being
luck.
here.
It's a very important job. Thank you.
Oh, RFK is 100% on TRT. Jacked as fuck. That's how we should have. That's what we want.
My administration is also working to protect our children from toxic ideologies in our schools. A few years ago, January, Little John and her husband discovered that their daughter's school had secretly socially transitioned their 13-year-old little girl. Teachers and administrators conspired to deceive January and her husband while encouraging her daughter to use a new name and pronouns.
Those teachers, if that was my child,
all without telling January, who is here tonight and is now a courageous advocate against this form of child abuse. January, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Stories like this are why, shortly after taking office, I signed an executive order banning public schools from indoctrinating our children with transgender ideology.
Nope, none of them. Everyone the school puts out, hey, your kid's got to get this vaccination. We just put in the religious exemption. Nope, sorry.
That engages in the sexual mutilation of our youth. And now I want Congress to pass a bill permanently banning and criminalizing sex changes on children and forever ending the lie that any child is trapped in the wrong body. This is a big lie.
These insane fucking leftist parents who transition their kids when they're 4 years old.
And our message
no more. It's illegal.
To every child in America is
no
that you are perfect
abuse.
Exactly the way God made you.
Good. Protect our kids. Should be your sole role. Especially as all the men in this chat. That is your main role. Protector and provider. Not only your children, but
out of our military,
the others in your community.
And it's already out, and it's out of our society. We don't want it. Wokeness is trouble. Wokeness is bad. It's gone. It's gone. And we feel so much better for it, don't we? Don't we feel better?
How you guys feel? How's this feel so far? How are we feeling?
Our service members won't be activists and ideologues. They will be fighters and warriors. They will fight for our country.
Yep.
And Pete, congratulations.
Yep, feels good.
Secretary of Defense, congratulations.
There's Pete. So, boy, I'm impressed so far. I had my reservations, I'll tell you that. Very impressed so far.
And he's not big into the woke movement, I can tell you. I know him well. I am pleased to report that in January, the U.S. Army had its single best recruiting month in 15 years, and that all armed services are having among the best recruiting results ever in the history of our services.
Pumping.
What a difference.
Pumping. Crazy how that works, huh? Get a solid leader and commander-in-chief, bring back military culture.
A few months
People want to join again.
Where the results were
Wait, is Jake in the chat?
The opposite. We couldn't recruit anywhere. We couldn't.
We have Jake in here.
Now we're having the best results.
Or somebody just shouting him out.
That we've ever had. What a tremendous turnaround. It's really a beautiful thing to see.
Oh, you're
People
just saying.
love our country again. It's very simple. They love our country, and they love being in our military again. So it's a great thing, and thank you very much. Great job.
I should have had Jake on for that. That's all right.
We're joined tonight
oh my God.
by a young man, Jason Hartley, who knows the weight of that Call of Duty.
That teeth
Jason's
grind.
father, grandfather, and
Bernie's
great-grandfather
just fucking
all
coked out
wore the
tonight.
uniform.
You see that? Yeah.
Jason tragically lost his dad.
Just fucking ready to
who was
party.
also a Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputy when he was just a boy, and now he wants to carry on the family
Bernie's on that
legacy
Colombian
of
rocket
service.
fuel tonight.
Jason is a senior in high school, a 6-letter varsity athlete, a really good athlete, they say, a brilliant student with a 4.46, that's good, GPA. And his greatest dream is to attend the U.S. Military Academy at West Point.
All right, where's any West Pointers in the chat? Love to talk shit, but doesn't get much better than that. Going to MEPS on the 10th? Hell yeah, brother. Congrats, man. Good luck on your journey. Love to hear it.
And Jason, that's a very big deal getting in. That's a hard one to get into. But I'm pleased to inform you that your application has been accepted. You will soon be joining the Corps of Cadets.
There it is. That's cool. Very cool. Hell yeah. Good for him. This is great. This is one of the best congressional addresses I've ever seen.
Thank you. Jason, you're going to be
Well
on the
done.
long gray line, Jason. As Commander-in-Chief, my focus is on building the most powerful military of the future. As a first step, I'm asking Congress to fund a state-of-the-art Golden Dome missile defense shield to protect our homeland.
A golden dome? We're going to make it out of gold? Why these generals really, they can't fucking clap? What's going on? I mean, they're not supposed to, guys, right? They're supposed to be very stoic, right, at these things.
Ago, but the technology just wasn't there, not even close. But now we have the technology. It's incredible.
We'll give them a break. It's what they're supposed to do.
And other places they have it. Israel has it.
Yeah, they're not supposed to. They're supposed to be extremely they're supposed to be extremely apolitical, right?
Right,
so.
Tim, right?
You can see them smiling, though. A few of them got little grins on their faces. It's good enough.
Very important. This is a very dangerous world. We should have it. We want to be protected, and we're going to protect our citizens like never before. To boost our defense industrial base, we are also going to resurrect the American shipbuilding industry, including commercial shipbuilding and military shipbuilding.
Greenland? Yeah. Greenland would have been on the bingo board, guys.
Tonight that we will create
General
a new
betrayed Trump.
Office of
Millie? You think
Shipbuilding in the
Millie's
White
there?
House and offer special tax incentives to bring this
Millie ain't
industry
nowhere to be seen,
home to America, where it belongs. We used to make so many ships. We don't make them anymore very much, but we're going to make them very fast, very soon. It will have a huge impact. To further enhance our national security, my administration will be reclaiming the Panama Canal, and we've already started doing it.
You hear that? It's official. We're taking the Panama Canal. It's ours. Whoa, boy.
Just today, a large American company.
That's actually an insane announcement.
They are buying both ports around the Panama Canal and lots of other things having to do with the Panama Canal and a couple of other canals. The Panama Canal was built
by a really big deal
for Americans, not for others, but others could use it. But it was built at tremendous cost of American blood and treasure. 38,000 workers died.
We should have never given it away.
Building the Panama Canal. They died of malaria. They died of snake bites and mosquitoes. Not a nice place to work. They paid them very highly to go there, knowing there was a 25% chance that they would die. the most expensive project also that was ever built in our country's
history. Is this the official announcement that we're taking the Panama Canal back?
It was given away by the Carter administration for $1. But that agreement has been violated very severely.
Obviously, he had talked about it before, but I haven't heard an official announcement like this.
We gave it to Panama, and we're taking it back.
That's it. This is official announcement. Oh, shit. Wow. I think look, everybody's shocked in the room. You see that? They're like, oh, this is cool, but is this real?
Now, we know who to blame if anything goes wrong. Marco's been amazing, and he's going to do a great job. Think of it. He got 100
Marco
votes.
Looks high as fuck, first of all.
You know, he was approved with actually 99, but the 100th was this gentleman, and I feel very certain.
Took an extra gummy and didn't realize it.
And I'm either very, very happy about that, or I'm very concerned about it. But he's already proven. I mean, he's a great gentleman. He's respected by everybody, and we appreciate you voting for Marco. He's going to do a fantastic job. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, there we go. Panama Canal.
Great job.
We're going to see a bunch of videos about that on YouTube in the next day or two.
Great job.
Officially announced.
And I also have a message tonight for the incredible people of Greenland.
Oh, there it was. Somebody in the chat just said it
right
2 minutes ago.
Your own future.
Bingo board, Greenland.
And if you choose, we welcome you into the United States of America. We need Greenland for national security and even international security, and we're working with everybody involved to try and get it. But we need it really for international world security.
Is it coming?
And I think we're going to get it. One way or the other, we're going to get it.
What?
We will keep you safe. We will make you rich, and together we will take Greenland to heights like you have never thought possible before. It's a very small population, but very, very large piece of land, and very, very important for military security. America is once again standing strong against the forces of radical Islamic terrorism. 3.5 years ago, ISIS terrorists killed 13 American service members and countless others in the Abbey Gate bombing during the disastrous and incompetent withdrawal from Afghanistan.
He just pretty much said we're taking Greenland too, just in passing.
Perhaps the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country. Tonight, I am pleased to announce that we have just
He's off script. I think we're getting off script.
Responsible for that atrocity, and he is right now on his way here to face the swift sword of American justice.
All right, there we go. We love that too. Yeah, Denmark is shitting their pants right now.
And I want to thank especially the government of Pakistan for helping arrest this monster. This was a very momentous day for those 13 families who I actually got to know very well.
Got a couple of them in my MBA program with me.
Whose children were murdered, and the many people that were so badly, over 42 people, so badly injured on that fateful day in Afghanistan. What a horrible day.
MBA, Masters of Business Association, master's degree, brother. Not MBA.
That when Putin saw
I'm tall. I'm not tall
happened,
enough for that.
I guess he said, wow, maybe this is my chance. That's how bad it was. Should have never happened. Grossly incompetent people. I spoke to many of the parents and loved ones, and they're all in our hearts tonight. Just spoke to them on the phone. We had a big call. Every one of them called, and everybody was on the line, and they did nothing but cry with happiness. They were very happy, as happy as you can be under those circumstances. Their child, brother, sister, son, daughter was killed for no reason whatsoever. In the Middle East, we're bringing back our hostages from Gaza. In my first term, we achieved one of the most groundbreaking peace agreements in generations, the Abraham Accords.
Okay, maybe we could actually stabilize the Middle East, or try. It's a tough hill to climb, for sure.
And now we're going to build on that foundation to create a more peaceful and prosperous future for the entire region. A lot of things are happening in the Middle East. People haven't been talking about that so much lately with everything going on with Ukraine and Russia. But a lot of things are happening in the Middle East. It's a rough neighborhood, actually.
It's
I'm also
a rough
working tirelessly
neighborhood
to end the savage conflict in Ukraine. Millions of Ukrainians and Russians have been needlessly killed or wounded in this horrific and brutal conflict.
Ukraine.
With no end in sight.
Here it is.
The United States has sent
hundreds
of billions of dollars to support.
What are we going to hear? We're going to cut off Ukraine completely? What are we going to hear?
With no security, with no anything. Do you want to keep it going for another 5 years? Yeah, you would say Pocahontas says yes.
Oh my God! Oh yeah, dude.
People are being killed every single week. More than that. They're Russian young people. They're Ukrainian young people. They're not Americans. But I want it to stop. Meanwhile, Europe has sadly spent more money buying Russian oil and gas than they have spent on defending Ukraine by far. Think of that. They've spent
also,
more
she shouldn't have clapped for that
Russian
because he asked if he wanted the war to go for 5 more years, and she said, yes, I do.
And we've spent perhaps $350 billion, like taking candy from a baby. That's what happened. And they've spent $100 billion. What a difference that is. And we have an ocean separating us, and they don't. But we're getting along very well with them, and lots of good things are happening. Biden has authorized more money in this fight than Europe has spent by
hold on, guys. I got to grab another Truly for this.
Billions and billions of dollars. It's hard to believe that they wouldn't have stopped it and said at some point, come on, let's equalize. You got to be equal to us. But that didn't happen. Earlier today, I received an important letter from President Zelensky of Ukraine. The letter reads, Ukraine is ready to come to the negotiating table as soon as possible to bring lasting peace closer. Nobody wants peace more than the Ukrainians, he said. My team and I stand ready to work under President Trump's strong leadership to get a peace that lasts. We do really value how much America has done to help Ukraine maintain its sovereignty and independence. Regarding the agreement on minerals and security, Ukraine is ready to sign it at any time that is convenient for you. I appreciate that he sent this letter, just got it a little while ago.
Big apology,
Simultaneously, we've had serious discussions with Russia and have received strong signals that they are ready for peace. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Wouldn't that be beautiful?
You know he's going to get it done, too, and it's going to drive everybody absolutely insane that he's going to be the one that brokers a peace deal. They're going to absolutely hate it.
Wouldn't that be beautiful?
And you know it will, because Ukraine can't fight the war without U.S. funding. So
it's time to stop this madness. It's time to halt the killing. It's time to end this senseless war. If you want to end wars, you have to talk to both sides. Nearly 4 years ago, amid rising tensions, a history teacher named Mark Fogel was detained in Russia and sentenced to 14 years in a penal colony. Rough stuff.
Penal?
The previous administration barely lifted a finger to help him. They knew he was innocent, but they had no idea where to begin. But last summer, I promised his 95-year-old mother, Malphine, that we would bring her boy safely back home.
What?
After 22 days in office, I did just that, and they are here tonight.
All right. Oh, look at the Democrats. Democrats can't cheer for prisoners being returned. Wow. Okay. Okay. Interesting things to not cheer for, guys.
To Mark and his great mom, we are delighted to have you safe and sound and with us. As fate would have it, Mark Fogel was born in a small rural town in Butler, Pennsylvania. Have you heard of it? Where his mother has lived for the past 78 years. I just happened to go there last July 13th for a rally.
Yeah.
That was not pleasant. And that is where I met his beautiful mom right before I walked onto that stage. And I told her I would not forget what she said about her son. And I never did I? Never forgot. Less than 10 minutes later, at that same rally, gunfire rang out, and a sick and deranged assassin unloaded 8 bullets from his sniper's perch into a crowd of many thousands of people. My life was saved by a fraction of an inch, but some were not so lucky. Corey Comparator was a firefighter, a veteran, a Christian, a husband, a devoted father, and above all, a protector.
Yep.
When the sound of gunshots pierced the air, it was a horrible sound. Corey knew instantly what it was and what to do. He threw himself on top of his wife and daughters and shielded them from the bullets with his own body. Corey was hit really hard. You know the story from there. He sacrificed his life to save theirs. 2 others, very fine people, were also seriously hit. But thankfully, with the help of 2 great country doctors, we thought they were gone and they were saved. So those doctors had great talent. We're joined by Corey's wife, Helen, who was his high school sweetheart, and their 2 beloved daughters, Allison and Kaylee. Thank you.
Yep. Sad, guys. But that's what a man does right there. You know what I mean? We'd all do it too. I'm sure everybody in here would.
To Helen, Allison, and Kaylee, Corey is looking down on his 3 beautiful ladies right now, and he is cheering you on. He loves you. He is cheering you on. Corey was taken from us much too soon, but his destiny was to leave us all with a shining example of the selfless devotion of a true American patriot. It was love like Corey's that built our country, and it's love like Corey's that is going to make our country more majestic than ever before. I believe that my life was saved that day in Butler for a very good reason. I was saved by God to make America great again. I believe that.
And whether you believe or not, that's pretty insane. Tenth of a second between dead and alive. A head turn. It's actually nuts.
Thank you very much. From the patriots of Lexington and Concord to the heroes of Gettysburg and Normandy, from the warriors who crossed the Delaware to the trailblazers who climbed the Rockies, and from the legends who soared at Kitty Hawk to the astronauts who touched the moon, Americans have always been the people who defied all odds, transcended all dangers, made the most extraordinary sacrifices, and did whatever it took to defend our children, our country, and our freedom. And as we have seen in this chamber tonight, that same strength, faith, love, and spirit is still alive and thriving in the hearts of the American people. Despite the best efforts of those who would try to censor us, silence us, break us, destroy us, Americans are today a proud, free, sovereign, and independent nation that will always be free, and we will fight for it till death. We will never let anything happen to our beloved country, because we are a country of doers, dreamers, fighters, and survivors. Our ancestors crossed a vast ocean, strode into the unknown wilderness, and carved their fortunes from the rock and soil of a perilous and very dangerous frontier. They chased our destiny across a boundless continent. They built the railroads, laid the highways, and graced the world with American marvels like the Empire State Building, the mighty Hoover Dam, and the towering Golden Gate Bridge. They lit the world with electricity, broke free of the force of gravity, fired up the engines of American industry, and vanquished the communists, fascists, and Marxists all over the world. And gave us countless modern wonders sculptured out of iron, glass, and steel. We stand on the shoulders of these pioneers who won and built the modern age. These workers who poured their sweat into the skylines of our cities. These warriors who shed their blood on fields of battle and gave everything they had for our rights and for our freedom. Now it is our time to take up the righteous cause of American liberty. And it is our turn to take America's destiny into our own hands and begin the most thrilling days in the history of our country. This will be our greatest era. With God's help, over the next 4 years, we are going to lead this nation even higher, and we are going to forge the freest, most advanced, most dynamic, and most dominant civilization ever to exist on the face of this earth. We are going to create the highest quality of life, build the safest and wealthiest and healthiest and most vital communities anywhere in the world. We are going to conquer the vast frontiers of science, and we're going to lead humanity into space and plant the American flag on the planet Mars and even far beyond.
Show Elon. Show Elon. You know it's got to happen, right? You can't talk about Mars and not put the Elon.
And through it all, we are going to rediscover the unstoppable power of the American spirit. And we are going to renew unlimited promise of the American dream. Every single day, we will stand up and we will fight, fight, fight for the country our citizens believe in and for the country our people deserve.
Lauren Boebert there. Loving it. Probably drunk, but that's fine. We're fine with that.
My fellow Americans, get ready for an incredible future, because the golden age of America has only just begun. It will be like nothing that has ever been seen before. Thank you. God bless you. And God bless America.
Well done. Impressive.
Yes.
And that appears to conclude
impressive
an hour and 40 some odd minute speech.
Almost 2 hours.
By the president. It's the longest speech of its kind. President Trump moved
Biden couldn't speak for longer than 10 fucking minutes,
he's
guys.
Taken in the first 43 days of his administration: deportations, tariffs, ending environmental regulations, reinstating merit-based hiring, revoking diversity and inclusion measures. He blamed the Biden administration
all right,
several
so
times in the way that presidents
they're about to
usually
just
in these kinds of
shit
speech.
on him.
He praised Elon Musk and the efforts of his department. Right. And I would say, just as a final note,
it's been a long one.
He gave the speech to half the room. The Republican.
Real quick, talk for just a couple more minutes, and then we're going to jet out. Being Tuesday, what is it? Tuesday? Yeah, 8 o'clock here. Probably 11 o'clock where some of y'all are. 99% lies. Okay, man. You keep cheering on open borders and dementia-ridden presidents, homie. 1K. We have 1K in the chat tonight. Nice, man. Thank y'all for, hell yeah. 10 p.m. where you're at. Yeah, it's late on a Tuesday. Thank y'all for coming out. That was fun. If whoever suggested that's in the chat, in the comment section of my video today, good suggestion. Thank you, everybody. Best speech in modern day history was very good. That was actually very good congressional speech. Yeah. No problem, guys. Yeah, that was a fun one. Drop a link to the War Room. Just type in War Room on YouTube. It'll be right there. Go subscribe. Oh, sorry, guys. Yeah, we're not going to go over to the War Room because Aaron Love gave up about 20 minutes ago and ended his stream because he's got to go put his kids to bed. So, yeah, it's just us. Aaron threw in the towel. He couldn't handle it. So we're not doing the War Room tonight because, yeah, he called it quits already. So, yeah, guys. Yep. But if you want, hey, go subscribe to the War Room podcast. It would really help. We're trying to build that channel. Awesome podcast. Florida Patriot, $20 dono before we log off. Thank you, brother. Number one. What is that? A little samurai? Oh, thanks for the donos, guys. Plight Designs, $20. Today's the anniversary of John Chapman's Medal of Honor. Guys, there's a huge update coming. There's a huge story being done by CBS. Congress is involved. I don't know if I can say anything yet. I was supposed to have an interview with a congresswoman today or potentially soon, but couldn't get our phone calls together. But we're in talks. Big update on the Chapman story coming soon. Potentially Congress is going to investigate what's going on at the museum. Is that enough of a hint? And ideally, I will have that congresswoman on my show and we will talk about it. That's what we're working on right now. Just found that out today. So that's about as much as I can give you for that. But it's not over. I'll tell you that. So very cool. Signed up for HTRT? Hell yeah, brother. Good shit. Major Jim Capers? Not familiar. No, that interview will not contain a hot tub. Quick takeaways from the speech. Okay, good question. Yeah, I thought, it was a little unhinged. We thought it would be. A lot of shots fired. Obviously, it started out of control. WWE, people getting thrown out of the event. But overall, I thought it was very good. I mean, it was super pro-America, right? Like, it's hard to disagree with a lot of what was said there if you care about this country. Other than just, I hate Trump because I'm a Democrat, so I don't like what he said, even though it's hard to, again, it's hard, guys. Like, as a Democrat, how do you cheer against a lot of that stuff? How do you vote against the Laken Riley Act? The bill literally was violent offenders that are illegal immigrants get deported. That's the bill. I don't know, guys. And again, guys, I am very moderate, right? Like, I was an Obama voter fucking on the first election from Oregon. Very, very moderate my whole life for the most part. And very, very moderate guys like me are now fucking right. We aren't far right, but we are pretty far right. My politics haven't changed. The party, the left, Democrats have gotten so far to the left that no one can see them anymore. They're over the horizon. So someone like me who's a moderate, I'm not even a moderate anymore. I guess I'm a conservative at this point. Because I'm just a common sense thinker, right? And when you ask me, should we deport multiple time convicted murderers who are illegal immigrants? I say, yeah, that makes sense. But the left says, no, we shouldn't. And so that's why I find myself on the right. Much like Elon, much like Tulsi Gabbard, much like RFK, I'm in that same boat. Right? And that's why the Democrats have a huge identity crisis right now. Because if they continue with what they're doing right now, they'll never win another election. So if you're a Democrat, you should be not pounding your fist, Trump bad, Trump bad. You should be saying, what's our move forward to identify with the American people so that we can sort of bring ourselves back into reality? That's kind of my takeaways for the night. Kangaroo Bot, $10. Thanks, brother. If given the chance to speak about Trump about some things, what would they be? Man, I don't really care about policy. I unfortunately, a lot of us, we do like POTUS, VPOTUS protection and special forces. So when the president, vice president goes to foreign countries, we oftentimes basically provide on top of what the Secret Service is providing their protection because we are familiar with the country, right? And we're integrated into that. Tons of guys I know got to meet Trump. I did that when it was Kamala. So it's luck of the draw. But I would probably just want to have a beer with the dude. Just shoot the shit. I don't really care about policies. Everybody I know a ton of guys who have provided POTUS security for Trump. Friends of mine said he's just like the fucking coolest, nicest dude ever. So, All right, guys. I think we are going to call it, right? That was a great live. But yeah, we will be back live Friday with a normal live. And then me and Jake will be back live Sunday. Green Beret Navy SEAL podcast kicking back off. Obviously, I got a little derailed this last weekend because I was in Florida for the Anti-Hero podcast. Be on the lookout for that. I don't know when they're going to release it, but it's probably in the next couple days, I would assume. So catch y'all on the next one. Thanks for coming out. Love y'all. Appreciate the support. Thank you for all the super chats again tonight. Hope y'all had fun. All right. Signing out. Cheers, everybody.